Kanpai! Welcome, everyone. What?
Nothing.
Well, welcome, everyone, to this episode of Kanpai Cast. Oh, no, you didn't program the number into the new doc. What number is this?
35. Also,
35.
Did you program on the background music?
No.
There you go.
Yay! Kanpai Cast number 35, where we will be discussing our tier lists, what we think was good and bad, and how wrong each other is. But
yep.
Before we get into that,
what came on a Saturday?
I am obviously joined by Thaylien, who hopefully for the last time. I mean, we love you, Thaylien, but hopefully.
I love you guys too.
And ever joined by Xenogelion. Hello, Xeno. Hello.
Yo. Why is my nameplate not there? Wow. Wow. I see how it is.
Should we have a quick pause?
Everyone knows who I am.
You want to pause, or you want to just go?
No. Just go with it.
All right. We're rolling with it, baby. Let's go straight into the housekeeping then. Just to remind everyone, we have timestamps and chapters allowing people to navigate to the sections of the show that they're interested in watching. It is down below. Feel free to click on any one you like or skip the spoilers. That's why they're there. With all luck, Laws will be back next week, just in time to discuss all the anime he couldn't watch without the internet. I'm sure he found a way somehow.
Yeah.
After rigorous effort, we should be doing the first of the improved recorded episodes of Kanpai Cast next week. We had a spot of trouble with the nameplates, but that should be resolved now.
The irony, the fucking irony that it didn't fucking work. How much have we tested it today?
Yes, I know.
The one time it doesn't fucking work is when we're actually fucking rough. Do you want to try nameplates again?
Sure, let's do it.
This is shits and giggles.
No,
still me. There we go. Nasuth fucking broke it.
Before it was all you, and now it's no you.
Didn't you move it? Didn't you move my nameplates out of the folder?
Oh my god, I actually did break it. Oh.
And you didn't fucking put it back. This is
okay.
This is what it's
all
like.
right. This is the real one. This is for all the money.
Okay. Nope, you still broke it. It's all broken. Never mind.
It's gone.
Oh well.
It's just gone for good.
No one will know who I am. Right.
And on a personal note, this model that you're seeing here, this lovely, beautiful, lively model, was made by King of Nightmare. He is, I mean, regular in Joey's streams. Relatively new regular in my stream, but he really liked the look of it. So he original design by my nephew. This designed by King of Nightmare. So thank you so much, King. If only my arms worked, I would give a thumbs up. But alas,
I could do something you can't do.
I'm still super, super happy with it. I don't care that the arms don't move. I love it.
Yep.
Right. So we move on to the news then.
See.
We got some fun ones. I got a couple just for Xeno. My Dress Up Darling manga adds 2.5 million copies in circulation since the anime's premiere. Now, to be clear, this is not actual sales. Although the sales are really high, these are just new prints in circulation.
Right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'm sure they will get sold very, very quickly.
From being in the industry a little bit, you don't print copies you don't think you're going to sell.
Yeah, exactly. Because you don't just want them sitting around on shelves. Yeah.
Though, I mean, what about digital?
Fair enough.
I don't understand why digital comics and books and things are still so insanely expensive.
Yeah, when they don't cost anything to print. Yeah.
I mean, they don't cost anything to print. Yes, they cost server time and shit like that. But
well,
it is a
they do probably cost at least some money on the back end for somebody to not necessarily print, but to put in the right proportions and all that stuff. Make sure the frames fit the page.
Surely that would be the case for the printed one. It would be the same file, would it not?
You might be right, actually.
There's a amount of optimizing that has to go in for web formatting, and there's certainly a thing for optimizing for mobile devices, from what I'm familiar with.
That's fair.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Right. So we learned something today.
Mm-hmm.
So Akari Akase's ending theme song for My Dress Up Darling anime has been streamed 7 million times. That's a big. I mean, that's a lot. She was a former TikTok personality. I guess she still technically is, but this is her first official song as part of a new singing career. So, if you liked that ending song, I haven't listened to it personally. I really should have before this.
You've also watched the bloody shit.
I should really watch the bloody. Yes. If you liked that, then I wish her luck on her future career, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a really fun one. YouTuber Oceaniz, has edited out 115 hours of footage from Naruto to create the Ocean Cut, with just under 100 episodes, while the original was 220. So I mean, that is a huge. This was to remove filler. What he thought was filler. We'll have a link.
Include flashbacks and shit like that.
Yeah. We'll have a link to the full video where he talks about it in the description, and you can find out where to watch it from there. And no. There's definitely no. You don't want to look in his description of his video.
Yeah, but just listen to the story about how he did it for his girlfriend.
His girlfriend, yeah, it's such a warm heart, such a heartwarming story. Yeah.
He's supported the visual release.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
There we go.
Speaking of the official release. There is finally a date for the Dragon Ball Superheroes film. The film was supposed to have a Japanese premiere on April 22nd, but thanks to the Toei hack from, almost a couple months back now, it'll be June 11th. So that'll be the Japanese release, and then it'll probably be in America in like August or something.
Really? That soon?
I remember from the original story that they said it was going to be out a few months after the Japanese release.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Or at least it was planned to be before the hack, so I don't know.
I swear Konosuba took like a full year and a half.
Yeah, but think of how popular Dragon Ball Z is compared to... I mean, I know we love Konosuba and think it is vastly superior, but think of the popularity what the masses want.
The sheer following of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
I will say the following that what's the name of the damn thing? Jujutsu Kaisen. Like I was shocked that it even came out in the cinemas over here.
Oh, I did see another story about there being a stage production of that now.
Really?
I don't. Yeah. Right, and finally, everyone's gonna love this. The Fruit of Evolution Isekai anime gets into NFTs. Known as the only anime, so this was from ANN, so they probably have a vested interest in this next little bit, but I found it funny. Known as the only anime to inspire a 3,000-word fanfiction chronicling ANN reviewer James Beckett's descent into madness, it is now launching an NFT campaign called The Forest of Evolution. It will have 100 NFTs to start with. Side note, I think this is two bad things coming together to be even worse.
Well, I am now officially not watching any sequel to that show. I actually quasi enjoyed it as a thing, and it just no. At this point, you just can't.
No.
It's also just like NFT bros need to lose every single time.
I heard was it recently Sega did an announcement about NFTs. I'm like, just come on, you just did a fucking Sonic 2 movie. Come on.
Yeah. Everyone's jumping on the bandwagon while it's hot.
They did an NFT thing, but I think they took it back quite quickly.
Oh, did they?
Something like that. I know there's a couple of other companies have started, like what was it, Team 17? You know, the Worms people.
Oh, that
went, and that no.
I think EA.
There's been so many brilliant memes about these. So we've got an announcement to make.
Everyone's with pitchforks.
It's not about NFTs.
Yeah, I think there was a Shonen Weekly that was about that. It's like, we got an announcement to make tomorrow. It's like everyone's raring for pitchforks. Yeah, it's not NFTs. It's like, okay. Cool. Right. So that's the news.
That is the news
this week, and now we're going to do our main topic for this week. So cool. So should we Should we turn on the yep? And well, I mean, we also needed that timer, but that's gone now.
Oh, so that's true. Gosh.
So our topic this week was a bit of a surprise kind of topic. We decided on at the last minute. We've created a tier list, each of us, based on what anime we'd like to watch on a Saturday with a pizza. And we've got 5 tiers: must see, good watching, maybe better than nothing, and Yamate Kudasai. And each of us have created one, and we're going to spend a bit of time basically trying to rip each other's to shreds, or agree with them situationally if we like them.
Yeah.
So it looks like we've got our brave Xenogelion stepping up first.
Yeah. Sacrificial lamb.
Cool.
Here we go. Let's have a look at his list. Xeno, give us a rundown.
So in the must-see, I've got Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon and SHIMONETA. Sorry, can you actually make it big for us?
Sure.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. And then in the good to watch, we've got Data Live and Witchblade. Maybe we've got Asterisk War and Burn the Witch. Better Than Nothing, Classroom of the Elite, and the original Ghost in the Shell movie from 95.
Yeah.
And then the Please Dear God No, we have Gungrave and Hellsing Ultimate.
So as always, my problem here is that I've not seen very many of these. The only one I could really pick on you about is Ghost in the Shell. I don't understand why it's better than nothing. I don't get it.
Because in all honesty, it's because we have this magic now. Oh wait, shit. Because we have this
he says
magic now. Do you want to hit the ghost and do you want to swap over? Just hit the clear button. Just hit the clear button.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There we go. So we have Ghost in the Shell, and it's for the time it's great, but it's just not a patch on the series. It's just not a patch on standalone complex 1 or 2. Hell, I hate to say this, and I'll probably piss people off. I actually prefer the Netflix follow-up series 2045 than the original movie. There just wasn't enough.
We can't be friends anymore. No.
There's just not enough time in the original movie to cover enough. There's there's a fraction of the cast in the original movie than there is in, and you don't get to develop the relationships with anyone.
But it's so beautiful. It's just it's so gorgeous.
It's not supposed to. This is an introduction to their world, and in the same way that many of these one-offs were not supposed to, really find out how things are, is a slice of this future that we could be in. And one incident that emblemizes everything about this new world.
But I don't think it does. I don't think it does a good job of introducing people into this new world. I don't think
you're not supposed to be. It's not an introduction. It's a slice of it.
You just said introduction.
Okay, sorry. You're supposed to be. You're just taking a slice out of this future world that they are showing you something that is emblematic of how this world works. In this case,
as long as it's internally consistent, that's all you really need.
It's the creation of true AI versus human souls.
But the problem is you don't understand the fact that true AI doesn't exist prior to this point. You're not given you're not given any proper grounding. You're not given any proper exploration of the world. I mean, I remember this one scene, and granted, it's been years since I watched it, but there's one scene where basically Motoko she's on a boat. She's in a boat.
She's on a boat.
And on a boat.
The diving scene, isn't it?
No, I don't think it's the diving scene.
Oh, okay.
It's like she's on the boat and she sees a duplicate of her body, right, in a shop window or just walking the streets and things like this, and the subtle nuances of what it means that individuality is like kind of, you know, no longer skin deep. It's just, you know, that whole scene is silent, right? It's just music. That, you know, I don't even think there's any ambient noises or anything, and it's just like, well, what does that truly mean, right? And
it's symbolic. It's for you. It's for the viewer to decide.
Yeah, it is, and it's like, it is very symbolic and things, but it doesn't really express so you're saying like it's a slice of. I appreciate that it's trying to be a slice, but it feels like you have a slice of lasagna, you have a chunk of lasagna, and they've actually scraped off only the first layer of the lasagna and given you that. I'm like, but what about the rest of that slice? Like, no.
The rest of it's there, but they've only shown you the top of it. You intuit the rest of the lasagna's down there if you actually, you know, if you watch it a couple of times. One movie, you know, one watch through isn't enough to see it all.
Would it be fair to say that it's maybe too artistically experimental and not enough?
Okay, yeah, I'll grant you that one.
Story, maybe.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, like, honestly, it's just the fact that it doesn't really elaborate on the true meaning of AI. It doesn't really elaborate on the fact that there is AI out there, but it's just, you know, it's the equivalent of interactive calculator.
I would argue it's not really supposed to let you know all that stuff, but
that's the problem. It's just like
that gets into the whole artistic, you know, symbolic stuff that we need to leave it open to the audience to interpret things into it.
But the problem is that, you know, okay, so I'm gonna talk about Star Trek Next Generation very briefly.
Okay, all right.
So with Star Trek Next Generation, you are introduced to Data, right? Data is, you know, what's called announced to be the only known android, right? He's the only instance of true artificial intelligence, right? It is announced repeatedly at the beginning of the show to indicate he is the only one, right? But with Ghost in the Shell, that's never announced ever, right? You don't even have the Tachikoma. I'm pretty sure you don't have the Tachikoma in this movie, right? So you don't know that the birth of this AI is so significant. You don't understand what the true meaning of the AI merging with Motoko, what the significance of that is either, because it's barely touched upon at the very end of the movie.
Okay, sorry, go ahead, Thaylien.
Go on, Nasuth. You go, Nasuth.
Okay, I was gonna say because to go with the Star Trek thing, what about the first movie, the motion picture, where we don't really understand where the robot, the machine planet came from, or why merging with
I can't remember the first movie.
Oh, okay, all right.
I mean, so long ago.
It is pretty widely regarded as as the worst, but I love it. I didn't like it as a kid. I love it as an adult. I think it's so good.
Yeah.
But again, it's that very experimental, artistic sort of. We don't have to explain everything. We just want to, you know, tell a weird sci-fi story with cool visuals.
The big thing is like, the story for this movie, I feel, has been done better either more recently, right? If there was nothing else, be it cyberpunk or even touching upon AI, I would say, yeah, sure, this is quite highly rated, but there is so much more now that has taken the lineage of what this has started and truly, what the fuck have you done?
Sorry. Wow.
Right. It's truly taken the lineage of what this has started, and, you know, it's taken it all the way.
Yeah,
right? I will totally give this movie that credit.
But what if you want to just throw it on? Sorry, I'm sorry, Thaylien. I keep talking over you.
Thaylien.
No. Yes. Okay. So now here's a thing to your comment about it's never explained about AI, right? But why would it need to, when the AI that is formed goes to the intense trouble of escaping from a facility where it was created, hijacking a doll body basically, and requesting asylum basically as a thing. If it wasn't so thing, and they even discuss the fact that an AI can't do that. You know, it can't. It's discussed to not be a living entity protected by laws and other things like that. It has. They don't explain how that this is so revolutionary because it is still considered not to be possible. So why would they explain why this is revolutionary if they don't even think it's possible? All of their comments, all of their conversations are based around, but this can't be an AI.
So that's the problem though. You have this narrative from. I would like to move on to another show.
Yeah, I was gonna say we really should. It's
but,
yeah.
Like, so I took what they were saying at face value when I first watched this movie. Like, oh, it can't be an AI. It can't be an AI. You know, an AI can't do this. There's no such thing as this AI that can do this, so on and so forth. Like this would have to be some hell of a super AI in order to do this. Blah 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 blah. And like, so I took it at face value that, you know, the direction of the investigation that they were performing, you know, everything they were saying was correct in things, that this wasn't a proper AI. And it was just like, no, truth is, it is actually a proper AI. I will tell you one thing, the scene that pissed me off the most was them spending, I don't know how long, analyzing some footage that an elevator door was open for half a second longer than it should have been, right? And like, how the fuck am I supposed to know that?
That's
okay.
when they
all right. Yeah.
Still, that was done specifically to announce that they knew that there was somebody else with them. Still, to move on because you wanted.
No, I do want to have one final question. It's very quick though. If you were looking for something to throw on a Saturday afternoon, you know, you didn't have time to watch a whole series, would you watch this?
In all honesty, I'd watch other movies before. All
right.
It's why it's in the better than nothing.
So,
okay.
I think I'm going to agree with you. On the maybe tier, you've got Burn the Witch, 3-episode series, kind of a pilot for what they wanted to do, and it has that fantastic styling from Kubo Tite, however you pronounce his name, which is always with these really sharp-eyed looking main characters. So I'll agree with you on the maybe. What I'm scratching my head over is I've watched How Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon, and I don't see why you'd rate that as a must-watch.
Really?
Really?
Oh wow! Okay, so let's. Do you want to clear the memes?
Oh
again?
yes, of course,
so
yes.
We can. I'm saying clear the memes because we have the art assets.
Yeah.
The memes. I should say, do you want to clear the assets? So, is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon, right? Which is the name I can never truly remember, and I always cut words out. It's a fantasy series that there are alternative fantasy series that may be better in some perspectives, but I love this one due to the fact that the systems in play are not grounded. They're defined, they're well defined, and they are maintained, right? So things like
overall level. If you are a higher level, you are just stronger.
Yes, the levels aren't just completely over the top. Right, so for example, like, oh yeah, well, you know,
I think he's over level 2, isn't he, by the second season? And then he's got people that are level 5 and level 10, I think, is the highest we've encountered.
Yeah, I think he hits level 4 by the end of the. No, I think he's level 2 by the start of the second season, level 4 by the end of it. Or level 3 by the end of it. I'm not entirely sure.
These are hard-won levels.
Yes. Yeah. And like the difference in performance is massive, right? It's very like Soulsborne in terms of, oh no, you need that extra level. Oh fuck me, you need that extra level. but the character growth, the playfulness of the deities, the relationships between them, everyone's got like a proper solid backstory. The fact that they're using, true mythologies for the deities, how the different factions work and things, the familiars. It's honestly, it's really, really nicely done. The interactions with the characters, the plots, just completely OTT. They're not also just the same fucking narrative for each season. I loved the difference with season 3 compared to the first 2, and I just find it such a fascinating world that I really feel that they've done true work in making this something that is truly interesting. Whereas we have fucking other isekai fantasy shows that are just like, what the mind-numbing fuck is this?
Yeah.
No, I'll grant you that there's way worse isekai series out there, and way worse fantasy series out there. And I have to agree with you that the grounding is fairly solid.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make, for me, the story they're trying to tell in any way interesting. The main theme of the guy just being a hard worker and getting things done is tried to death, and they kind of give up on some of the concepts they started off. His whole special power in this is Argonaut, which is as long as he's chasing the same goal, he'll just keep getting stronger and stronger and accelerating through. As long as he stays single-minded. But he doesn't.
Well, I think
yet he still gets stronger and stronger.
I don't think he does at the 3rd season. I don't remember him leveling up in the 3rd season.
Indeed.
In fact, he he kind of suffers a great loss at the in the 3rd season.
He does.
So,
and the way it's approached, it seems purely based around the concept of discouraging him in the 3rd season. But even more than that, when you've got the decisions he's made and the choices he's made to get to here, so much of it's just been going with the flow, really. There's not really been a case of having to make a meaningful choice for himself, because all the choices there seem pretty cut and dried of, are you a good person or are you a quitter? That's literally it.
No, I mean, there's also the relationships with the Soma familiar. There's the relationships with the Hephaestus familiar. It's the fact that he's also making a family for himself and for his god, right? His familiar. The trials and tribulations that happen throughout the 1st season have ramifications in the 2nd season and the 3rd season. I also think that the subtle nuances between, what does it truly mean with, who is this person? Who is this character? Because the, I think it's Freya has a really keen interest in Belle, the main protagonist, right? And she quite clearly knows something that if anyone who wikied it, read up about Belle, they'd know.
Oh yes.
But it's something that's really subtle that I think is barely touched upon. Who is Belle's grandfather? It is his grandfather.
Well, that's the thing. He called him grandfather, but could it not be a little more direct?
I did wonder that, but still,
I do actually like that. I know. Okay, I don't mind the show. It's actually the thing is, as there's quite a lot of solid positives to it.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't put it at a must-see because the failings it has make my rewatch value of it just go completely downhill.
Well, what fantasy show would you put before this? Because I certainly wouldn't put things like Goblin Slayer in front of this.
Shield Hero.
Isekai, not a fantasy.
Yeah, well, it's a fantasy, but it's an isekai as well. It's still a fantasy genre, and it's got a hard leveling system, It's got a basic thing where you have the each character has their own way of leveling and progressing through. And again, it has the same found family tropes, and the choices he makes are not those of a nice person either.
So in part, I method this a little bit. I broke the fourth wall a bit because I know you've got Shield Hero on your list.
Yes,
right.
Exactly.
But I feel that I've tooted the horn of Shield Hero so fucking much.
Yeah.
Right. But I wanted to pick shows that I've rarely. I could have just put Demon Slayer. Sorry, not Demon Slayer. Devilman Crybaby in the don't watch, right?
Well, yeah, but you wouldn't even put that on your list. I can understand why you wouldn't even recognize that as a show that you would even watch on a Saturday. Not even saying to please no. You'd say no, it wouldn't even.
That doesn't even exist. That show doesn't even exist.
On that tier list you gave us. So for everyone else's benefit, Thaylien found a tier list on
just
Tier
a reference
Maker.
One.
Yeah, just a reference one. Had 300. I just wanted to put so much of that in the no, I would not watch. just like
yeah. There was heavy filtering to get things down to just 2 per tier for all of us, I think.
I think the hardest problem for me. We'll get to that. We'll get to mine.
Get to yours. Get to yours soon.
Okay. Do you want to move on to another one? Do you want to bring my list back up?
Let's have a thought.
Any other ones you wanna pick on, Thaylien? I'm trying to remember. There was a fantasy anime that just came out this season that I've been enjoying, but I can't remember what it is, so I couldn't say if it's going to be better or worse than that one.
Now, the good watching thing. I have not watched the anime, so I actually do want to ask about it rather than question your choices for the positive or negative. But I haven't actually watched the Witchblade anime.
Oh yeah, I've only seen the TNT show.
Why would you class it as that?
Okay, right. So let me tell you about the Witchblade anime. Annoyingly, the Witchblade anime outsold the Guyver in 2005.
Can I interrupt and say there's 2 very compelling reasons on screen right now?
Yeah. So that's actually part of the negative. It's the sheer lack of protection,
restraint.
The wielder of the Witchblade has. Yeah, the sheer lack of restraint. It's very, very reminiscent of the original Top Cow comic.
Which I actually have somewhere.
I have a friend who's massively into Witchblade, and at one point in time they released 2 omnibuses. I think eventually they released a 3rd one as well, and they were expensive. I bought them, right? And I started reading the first one, and I got partway through, and then it suddenly became very apparent halfway through the first one you needed to read all these other comics that were not included in the omnibus, and that actually really
Witchblade meets Tomb Raider, for example.
Well, I was thinking more like The Darkness, but yes, basically. Yes. It's like there were so many shows so many comics that were just constantly like, oh, in order to continue the story you need to go read it here. I'm like, I'm done. Right, I read so much, and I had to go source the others. This is a problem with comics through and through. They force you to buy.
Yeah, because they want to cross promote all their stuff.
Yeah,
definitely. It's a good strategy for getting more money to them. I will say that.
Well, until it drives the viewership away.
Yeah, and then look at fucking, what was it, Demon Slayer outselling the top 20 comics in the US for 1 year. Combined. Sorry, needed to add that one. But yeah, so Witchblade, the anime, it's interesting. It's very monster of the week. It's very reminiscent to the original comic, and it's very Japanese themed, right? So that they take a lot of the relationship situations, a lot of the culture that is in Japan, and do apply it to this Western-based comic. It's a very good series, but I will say, like, when I was originally watching it, fan subbed all those years ago, I was really confused because partway through the fan subs, all of a sudden, there was a lot more reveal on the character. I didn't realize that everything below the booba was censored. They had actually just painted all the flesh tones black, right? And I'm like, wait a second. I've got a figure of her, like I got a statue of her on my shelf, because I do like the series that much. But it's just like, for the love of God, like this is a series I wouldn't want my parents catching me watching, because it's just like not wearing a lot. Not wearing a lot at all, right? I mean, like, yeah, one hair removed from High School DxD, but still, I really enjoy it. And I do recommend the series. The plot's pretty decent.
Fair enough.
So then. Right. Yeah. So any other questions, or do we want to move on to Nasuth's?
The only other surprise on there is that you've rated Asterisk War at the same level as Burn the Witch. Was there a particular reason for that?
Okay, right. So
hit it quick. Hit it quick.
No. Damn it! I hit the wrong one. I can't. Why can't I find it? Where's?
Oh no.
Where is Asterisk War? Why can't I find it?
Oh, weird.
The old system.
What's the icon?
Oh,
it's not in there.
Did you not turn it on?
I thought I did.
Hold on.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm just going to jump to A.
It's all right. We're professionals. We have
yeah.
I got it on. Right, there we
Cool.
go. Right. So, in all honesty, I actually really like Asterisk War. Right. The reason why it's a maybe is solely because it doesn't have an end. It doesn't get an end.
Okay, I can see.
And like,
yeah.
I'd watch it again, but the fact that I know it doesn't conclude, it's just like, oh motherfucker! And like, it got 2 seasons, which I think Netflix wrapped into one. But it's it's very well animated. It's a silly tournament show, which is a bit of a negative for me, right? I get a bit bored of tournament shows, but at least the main protagonist is more interesting than most.
It's more interesting than Milk.
Fucking yes, at least.
Yes. He's got a few unique things that aren't the generic tournament protagonist.
Yes, but it is a tournament show, which after a while, like, you just like, can I have anything?
Can I watch
plain toast, please?
Yeah. Same with isekai shows. Yeah.
So you've put it on the same level as Burn the Witch. Did he not like that one as much, as it were?
What, Burn the Witch?
Yeah.
I wasn't. It's similar reasons, right? It's like they have a brilliant premise for Burn the Witch, and then they just don't. They can't finish it. They can't conclude it because they only got 3 fucking episodes, and it's like, motherfuckers. It's like. The fact that the second, right, so they do this narrative, right, they got this plot, right, and they do not finish the narrative of the second episode. And it's just like, you don't know what happens by the end of it, and it's just, it drives me mental. And like, it just like, oh yeah, we have a newspaper article saying it was dealt with. And I'm like, motherfucker, fuck the 3rd episode, just give me the 2nd episode, part 2. I was so... so like, I love the design of the characters. I love the world setting. I love the premise and everything. I fucking hate the fact that it doesn't have any proper conclusion or any like proper.
Right.
Yeah.
I can see that. So I think that exhausts our questions on yours, Xeno. Who do you think we should go for next?
Nasuth.
Nominating Nasuth.
He hates me. He hates me.
The man with the more limited
So I had a bit of a trouble with this one because I just have such a limited viewing range, and I wanted to try and use stuff that I really haven't used before, but I couldn't completely do that. So we've got Fist of the North Star and Jinro as must see. We've got Iria and Afro Samurai as good watching, which I almost maybe should have done that a different way around. Anyway, we've got Project Echo and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Golden Wind, specifically Golden Wind, in maybe. We've got Lost Hope and Last Hope, and Death Note in Better Than Nothing, and finally Berserk 2016 and Overlord for Yamate Kudasai. So which one do you hate me for most? All right.
Let's start at the bottom. I'm actually really surprised because you have defended Overlord vociferously to Xeno multiple times, and I know most of that was in. I know that most of it was in jest. I know that you were joking.
Okay, all right.
So you've tried to defend it multiple times in jest.
Yeah.
But what truly places it in the please no for you?
It's just so boring. He doesn't make, especially the first season. You could just not even watch the first season, and we could barely watch the second season, and skip right to the third, and you'd have a better show. It's nothing happens so much, and then the main character. There's yes. The main character is so bland. Anytime he even tries to show emotion, there's that thing that stops him from doing it, and so there's no real character development to be had with him.
Okay. Let's break this down further, right? In your list, you have Death Note.
Yes.
In Better Than Nothing.
Yeah. So
yet you have Overlord in Please No.
I know.
Right?
I know. Shocker. I know.
Elaborate. How is Overlord worse than Death Note?
So
I think I have the thing on this one is because Death Note had a premise that could work.
Death Note is at least pretending to be smart. It's something you could throw on in the background if you had nothing else, and if you don't pay close enough attention to it, you might think something smart is actually happening in there while you're busy doing your work or whatever. It's better than nothing. It's literally better than nothing.
I mean, there's those little starting bits that were kind of smart.
Yeah.
Like the getting him to reveal his main overall location by doing the video of.
Yeah, there were smart moments in there. There was just also a lot of dumb.
But staged over it was actually it wasn't actually live across the entire world at the same time. It was staged with short
within the app.
So, no, I thought it was different prisoners in different provinces. They were streaming.
They were going to do it. They were going to do it in different provinces every day or whatever, or every hour.
Yeah, right. But he already revealed himself to be in that kind of area by doing the first one, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was it was that thing of, oh, look, actually intelligent people are trying to track me down. But the fact that it got let down again later on, it was still it started off with a potential to be smart.
I mean, here's the big thing about Death Note, I am L, I am the one that is coming to get you. Oh no, I died. Right, okay.
I'm the new L.
Now he thinks that I have died. I now have the upper hand to think that he's not going to be after me anymore. And it just felt... It's just weird and dumb. I had this upper hand, but I just revealed my hand.
But again, if you're not really paying attention to it, you can feel like there's something smart going on. With Overlord, there's just nothing. There's literally nothing there. There's some cool visuals, but I mean, if you're not really paying attention to it, then you're not going to miss the visuals. And if you are paying attention to it, you're going to be bored to tears.
I think the fact that the third season completely contradicts the the first and the second seasons is just mind-blowing.
I know.
Like, you can't possibly tell me that village that he's been protecting now believes he is a good guy, considering he has just taken over a kingdom.
Yeah.
And it's just like, the fuck. I just like, I don't know what's going on with that.
Special shout out to Skeleton Knight in Another World for being way better at the skeleton isekai.
But like, God, I don't know. I think I would still rather watch Overlord than bloody Death Note.
No, I couldn't. I could actually watch Death Note again. And I know that sounds horrible to say, but at least there's something going on, even if it's bad. There's something happening. Nothing happened. Tell me what happened in Overlord. Really? Really?
Okay, so he took over a village.
Well, he protected a village.
He took it over. He put a wall around it. Okay, so he watched lizard men have sex.
He brought a human girl to his castle who was never seen again.
Did he?
Yeah, in remember Scottish man wanted to bring the human servant girl with him.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, and then she was never seen again.
He beat up some people who he thought was into his weird kink BDSM club.
Yeah.
And then he took over a kingdom.
He also pretended to be somebody else for like a cosplay function for.
And this is over the course of 3 seasons.
Yeah. Fucking, I get where you're coming from. I really do. But like,
Death Note is still awful, which is why I would never watch it. I mean, I put it in the better than nothing because it is just one step above complete garbage.
Okay.
He did do that one cosplay as Papyrus from Undertale. It's
the Twinkie that's still in its package, sitting on the very top of the garbage, that you kind of for a second think to yourself, maybe if I'm really desperate for some sugar, maybe I'd eat that.
Okay. Let's go back to as Thaylien is destroying his chocolate lemon. Let's go back to
you ruined the fact that it's chocolate. I've been eating it as if it's a real lemon. The entire time I've just been nomming on it like to do the thing, but no, it is in fact hollow. It's a lemon flavored chocolate.
Right.
Quite nice. Easter's lovely.
I want to pick a fight with you, good sir.
Okay, all right. I know exactly which one you're going for. Yeah, have you got it? Got it?
Yeah, it should be there.
It's dialed in. Oh yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
Why the fuck
have
you put JoJo's Bizarre Adventure in maybe?
Because
not only JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but part 5.
Giorno's my least favorite JoJo.
He's by far the best.
No,
his series is by far the best.
No. The second one is the best. Second one is the absolute best.
On that one.
Which was the second one? Are you saying Battle Tendencies? Or are you saying Stardust Crusaders? Because I thought you hated Stardust Crusaders.
No. The not Jonathan. The next one in line. With Joseph. The Pillarman. Yes, Joseph.
Yeah.
Because that's young Joseph. Yeah. I love that one. I love the Pillarman. I love his brashness. I love the story that goes on in it with the other Harmon user that he finds, and they expand on the Harmon ability.
How can you not remember Caesar's name?
No wait, Caesar's is in the first one. No, I'm talking about the
Caesar Zeppeli.
Oh, okay.
Caesar's the I think the son of the one from the first one.
Oh yes, also sees him. Yeah. Definitely him.
But I
Golden Wind, I don't know. I was just really bored. The only good thing that I got out of it was Stronzo.
But I felt with Golden Wind that they're so much cleverer with the stand usage. There's so much
but I don't really I prefer Harmon, if I'm honest. Stands are neat and all, but
So where the fuck do you put what's it called, Stardust Crusaders?
even if the stands are neat, the story was just bland. So Stardust Crusaders is hilarious just because it's more hilarious. So I'd put it above this one.
You really fucking. Oh, you fucking bitch and whine about fucking Stardust Crusaders like full of
filler
and taking.
No, I love it for how bad it is. You know, they're always doing stuff and they're always joking around. This one just felt like they were trying to be serious, and it just kind of ended up
trying to be serious.
They're trying to be serious.
Have you seen what the fuck they're wearing?
that has no bearing on the story.
Okay, right. So there is one part.
Also, Gangstar sounds stupid.
Gangstar? What?
Never mind.
Okay, but they take a guy's head and they start doing a dance on a boat. Right? Are you trying to tell me that that's serious?
Yes. No. Okay.
Right?
All right. That part, sure.
Because they believe it is. They believe it's serious.
Of course they believe it's serious. It's fucking JoJo. They take everything too seriously, including how they walk and stand perfectly still. They take it all too seriously.
Oh my god.
I'm just fucking.
I
fucking bring back your list. I want to rag on you more. You fucking pick what's it called, Jinro.
Yeah, Jinro's awesome. Jinro is so good.
But you say that's fucking better than fucking Golden Winter, motherfucker.
Yeah. Especially on a Saturday afternoon, I would totally just pop Jinro on and I'd be like, oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that beautiful drama. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, it's like,
look at that drama that actually makes sense. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
There is no excuse. There is no excuse.
The one.
Saturday afternoon watch.
Here's one you have to fucking justify.
All right.
How the heck have you put Afro Samurai above JoJo?
Dude, Afro Samurai's awesome. Are you telling me you did?
Awful.
What?
It's so bad. Like the whole premise.
I am shocked right now.
How are you shocked?
It's so much fun. It's such a good romp. He's going around in this crazy cyber Western future Tokyo or Japan with
I swear
robots
you just strung a load of words together.
It's like if Samurai Jack was a different ethnicity and was way better animated.
Yes.
No,
yeah.
No. It really wouldn't, right? Because, and I'm gonna pull a Nasuth from last week here, right? It's Samurai Jack if it was concussed around the head by what's called a bag of Fight Club, right? Because that shock reveal was the weakest fucking shock reveal I have ever seen in my life, right? Ooh, it turns out he's talking to himself. No fucking shit. It's the same fucking voice actor.
I don't think it was supposed to be a twist.
Oh, no. I knew people that genuinely said, oh my god, what a twist. It's actually
what?
him.
Okay.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, yeah, so, okay, fine. Yeah. So you knew, right, from the get-go that it was the same person, yet you still rate this above JoJo. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Fuck off, you're dead to me. Thaylien, you pick something now.
Okay, no, I'm
now, to be clear, I would rate other JoJo's above Afro Samurai.
Yes. Yeah, no, that
but
is,
just not Golden Wind.
Wait.
Just not Golden Wind.
Wait, which other JoJo would you rate above Afro Samurai?
Probably, what is the second one again? Battle Tendency?
Yeah.
With Joseph?
What about the others? Yeah, what about the others?
Where
would you put Stardust Crusaders?
Below it, for sure.
Where would you put Diamonds Unbreakable?
Definitely below it. Diamonds Unbreakable is garbage to me. I mean, okay. I like some of it. But the ending is just. I hate Josuke.
What about Phantom Blood? What about Phantom Blood?
That's the very first one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm British, so I'm obligated to say that'd be higher.
Yeah, I think it'd be at least a little higher. Yeah.
Fucking dead to me, right? Okay,
I'm not your typical JoJo fan. I really like the Hamon in the first couple of seasons.
No, well, that's okay. My only things is I'm going to agree with most of these in theory, because we've gone on about the Berserk movie. There were Berserk ones there. That one was terrible. I do not like Overlord. I completely agree. And on the top end of the list, we've got Fist of the North Star.
Oh yeah,
just that turn your brain off.
It's so bad it's good.
A B movie kind of thing, which just works.
It's when you can put on with your friends and make fun of and just have a good old time with.
I'm going to ask you the same question that I did with Xeno, which is I haven't seen Iria.
So it's only 6 episodes, I believe, which makes it nice and contained. They don't really stretch out the story. There's not a whole ton of filler. It's a nice little sci-fi movie about an unstoppable monster and the bounty hunter who's trying to get revenge for it killing her brother. So you get like really cool set pieces when they go to different planets. You've got the classic animation. I think it came out in like 95, something like that. So you got like that more classic animation style where everything is gritty and dirty, and you got when the spaceships start blowing up, you've got individual spaceship parts. They're clever about how they try to get rid of the abomination, the unstoppable monster. I really enjoy it.
Sounds like a good watch then.
Very, very classic action sci-fi.
So, how are we for time, by the way?
Oh, we'll have plenty of time.
We got time.
Yeah.
So I can't speak for Fist of the North Star. I've never seen it. Right?
Oh man, we got to watch that sometime.
Yeah,
You'll probably hate it. I don't know if you like So Bad It's Good stuff like me, like I do.
You have to be in the mood for that B movie style of thing, but
it's not just that. It's like if it's so bad it's good, it has to like not take itself seriously.
Oh, it's
right.
Okay, sure,
right.
Yeah, yep.
Or I mean, like super seriously. No.
I mean, like for example, JoJo doesn't take itself seriously enough because all the stupid poses and shit like that. The tone of the characters and everything, they take it seriously, but it's just like the show itself does not take itself seriously. So as long as Fist of the North Star doesn't go because I'm pretty sure the art stuff of like the kids and things like they're all like giant fucking mad mouths and tiny beady eyes.
Yeah, it's that era. It's like 86 or something. Yeah,
it's gonna be fine. But I have seen Jinro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty I blanked a lot of it out because I found it extremely depressing.
It is very depressing. Yeah.
Why have you put it in? Like I'm not saying you have to justify this. I'm just saying can you tell me and the audience and a little bit of Thaylien, why have you put Jinro in must see?
So
it is depressing.
Yeah, it's one of those. Again, it's got a really good self-contained story. You don't need to know.
You can collapse the thing.
You don't need to know too much else about the world. Although there are apparently some other movies that tie into it. It's got that really deep drama that you have to make, either it works or it doesn't, right? And when it works, it's really, really good. And when it doesn't, it's something hilarious. But so it actually plays out like you would expect someone. It's akin to watching like Saving Private Ryan or something, It's
Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, it is rough to get through. Even now, like the special effects hold up really well today. But it's that level of it's a bad situation, but you want to see how it plays out. You need to see how it plays out for these people, because it's like this is how the world could be. This is how things actually things like this actually do happen in the world.
So if memory serves, Jinro is about a special platoon of law enforcement, right?
Yeah.
They are the we don't take bullshit police.
They're like the secret police that, go after the other police.
Right. And effectively, like I think it's Japan is in a state of oppression, and depression, and effectively he starts dating a girl that is part of this, anti-government organization, and ultimately he reveals himself to be part of the I'm going to murder everyone police. He's effectively Judge Dredd, but without the smile. And
so
no,
not to
Thaylien got that. Thaylien got that.
Yeah.
So, but it's so like so I'm pretty sure that is the story. That is like the I'm pretty sure I'm accurate when how I've described it. But I'm not quite sure what...
Not entirely, but yeah, sure. Yeah, it's good enough.
Okay, but what... Is it something in what I've said that is accurate, or is it what I've missed out? That draws you to put this in a must-watch? Is it something I've said that you're like, oh no, I really love this?
No, it's you've sort of touched on it, but it's deeper than that. It's so the woman is to not to try to get too deep into spoilers or anything, but the woman that he's dating, she's not doing it willingly. She's been forced into doing this. Yeah. So and what the reason that he's, like I said, they're the police that go after the other police. And when there's corruption and stuff within their ranks, right. And so the party the group that used her is their real target,
right?
But it still has it plays out with a very tragic ending, even though our main characters don't. They come away. They're still there at the end. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. But okay, fine.
But they can't be together.
It feels like maybe it's just too subtle for me. Like maybe
I like it's got that realistic feel to it, right? This isn't a fantasy. It's not. It's like an alternate history sort of historical fiction.
Realistic.
Yeah.
Realistically, you could see that happening today.
I think I kind of get the reasoning behind this. Now, I don't agree with a lot of the reasoning myself because I just don't have the same kind of leanings. But a very good friend of mine likes to put on, the emotional movies on a Saturday afternoon, so that they can have, they can get a good cry in. There's
a catharsis in it.
You need a little bit of a darkness in your Saturday afternoon to try and, you'll eat your pizza, you'll enjoy the movie, and you'll come out.
It's not a popcorn movie. It's a sit there and really watch movie.
And then you come out the other side of it, and you can go on with more positive things. Once you, it's a catharsis, as you say.
That's when you put on Project Echo.
I honestly haven't seen Project Echo. I have no idea.
It's definitely shown its age, but it's still hilarious just for how goofy it is, how slapstick.
Right. Okay, do we want to keep going with Nasuth's list, or do we want to move on?
I think I'm all questioned out with Nasuth's because I agree with most of his, quite thoroughly.
Wait, are you trying to tell me that you don't feel that JoJo's Bizarre? Are you dead to me as well, Thaylien?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Do you know what?
It's all coming out today.
Do you know what, Xeno? I would not watch JoJo's on a Saturday.
Well, I mean, I don't think you could watch it all in one.
It wouldn't be on my list in this respect.
Fair.
So I wouldn't be rating it in this style.
Okay. Should we migrate on to Thalien's list then?
Yes.
I guess it is mine.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay.
So I have dropped in on my must-see Rising of the Shield Hero, the movie Red Line, my good watching are Toradora and Black Lagoon, my maybe are High School Double D, and I will say it right for Xeno's sake, and the Ghost in the Shell standalone complex first couple of series.
Yeah.
My Better Than Nothing, Samurai Champloo, and K, or Project K, with my new Thank You Please Stop It being the original Evangelion and Eureka 7, which I'm technically classing as two different things because one's an actual mecha and the other one's not.
Oh yeah, I didn't even
the other one is an existential crisis.
Yes.
Sorry, Naz, did you reset the timer?
Oh, yes, sorry, yeah. Good point.
So, with Thaylien's list, there is so much of this I agreed with, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily agree with Toradora, but that's a position of taste. Like, I don't really feel Toradora has a great deal of replay value, right? But how fucking deprived of anything do you have to be to watch K? Right? Like, how little of anything else must there exist in the universe?
I like the aesthetic. It's one I would throw on a Saturday afternoon if last week I watched all the others, because I like the aesthetic. I like the way the powers work. I like the way the world is laid out, and I like most of the characters, funnily enough. Now, there is a bit of an argument between me and Xeno, because Xeno doesn't get some of the choices that were made in the actual plot.
Because he's got a fucking giant plot hole.
He thinks it's a plot hole. So that's the thing.
As somebody who's never seen this, try to explain this plot hole to me.
All right. So the setting is that sometime in the World War II era, a scientist found a gigantic stone tablet that, on testing, could grant special powers to individuals. Now, those individuals could then form bonds with other individuals and grant powers to them through this system.
Okay.
So they tested on rats, for example, and one rat would become the empowered leader and then would lead all of the other rats through a maze, for example, to get to the other end together. And he thought it was going to be this big force for peace, to see everything through. But unfortunately, he was working on the wrong side of the war, and his side lost. There was a big accident. The place was unfortunately shelled, I believe, and it permanently transferred the powers out of the tablet to people, and those people will change over time. So you can inherit the power that it grants, but the tablet itself is mostly inert at the moment. And our story begins in a world where the major users of these powers have all kind of concentrated around a city in Japan. And the very small plot appears to be that a boy has been discovered in the local school, having fallen through the roof. Now, everybody knows this guy. He's a great friend to everybody, and he seems to operate under special rules of his own. He's a bit standout to everybody that knows him. And he is then, when he's out and about, targeted by one of these empowered groups, the Red People, who you see on screen right now. Their leader is the red-haired one in the very back, being all standoffish and cool. Now, these guys control fire in various ways. One of them uses a flaming skateboard to get around.
I assume the girl in front there uses the gem she's holding.
Yeah, the little marbles. She's like a seer.
Marble. Okay.
Yeah, so she can locate people on a map by spinning her power around it. Anyway, this is our main character. Now, suddenly his face flashes up on all the screens around the town, saying, "This guy's wanted. We want him alive to interrogate. Although there is a reward for him dead as well. He killed one of our own." Now,
So it's X-Men. So it's X-Men, but in Japan.
Similar. So he has no memory of this. He has no idea what's going on. But there is a video that's then broadcast on the screen of him turning around to the camera, talking to the person that's holding the camera, and then shooting them.
Oh my.
So it's very, very clear evidence that he's not a good guy, but he has no memory of it. Now, it turns out that there was one of the least powerful empowered.
We want to put spoilers.
Yeah, let's put the spoilers on and give people a moment.
Yeah.
They're there. Found him.
Okay, so just a couple of moments for people to actually skip before we start. Now, the basic plot is that one of the least powerful of the 7 empowered kings, as they call them, is the colourless king. They're all colour-coded, so the white king, or the silver king, is at the very top of the list, and, he's the most powerful. Then the gold, then the 3 primary colours, then green, then, I think, what's the other one? Purple, and then colourless. So there are, there's 7 kings of power. Now, these powers also, they manifest in
7 Zelda bosses.
Yeah, they manifest in slightly different ways throughout, and every time one of them dies, it passes on to another person. The old colourless king lived alone in the mountains and had 1 apprentice. And when he was dying, he tasked his apprentice to go out and find the new colourless king, see if he's worthy. If he's not worthy to hold the power, kill him and go find the next one. If he is, serve him well. And in searching for the colourless king, he finds the person he thinks it is, okay? Which is somebody who looks exactly like our protagonist. And our protagonist apparently killed a person right there on camera, so he's not a good guy and wants to hunt him down. The colourless king
wants to hunt him down. Yeah,
the pupil wants to hunt him down. But the real colourless king is a body snatcher.
Ooh, okay, all right.
So can basically jump from body to body, taking all the personalities with him, becoming more complex.
Oh, wow, okay. So it's kind of like a Trill, but
yes.
but
so
evil.
The plan was right for the colourless king, who apparently knew he was being searched. He's under scrutiny. He's being searched for. He wanted to leave a false trail. So up on the roof, it was the closest point he could get to his actual goal. Now, he was then given a moment of opportunity when this guy from the Reds approached him, nice and friendly, filming because that was his current interest. And so he left the false trail by killing this guy before he did his actual plan, which is to go up into the air where there is the white king, the silver king, living in a zeppelin.
Yeah,
he's
timing.
So he
from
wants
society
to
for the longest time.
Yeah, so he wants to take over as the white king, but the white king's power is he's completely inviolable. So he
inviolable?
Yes, he can't be influenced by anything.
Right.
Even time.
Ah, okay.
That's why. So he never changes. So he can even negate gravity on himself.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So when the colourless king attempts to go up to the zeppelin and take over the white king's body, instead the white king's mind and personality is transferred back into the boy, who then falls and lands through the school roof and influences the world around, and is discovered by a wild power that basically influences people's minds around him to make him seem like he fits in. So the false trail is that this guy knows he's being followed, and so he wreaks it so that this boy's body that he leaves is the one thought to be the colourless king, and in this he was likely going to be dead because he would have gone up there and dropped his own body out of the window to land on the school or whatever. But instead the white king is in his body. So Xeno thinks that this is a plot hole. Why was he up on the roof? Why did he kill the guy at random? What was the point of it? But when you explain it like that, it's not a plot hole. It was a moment of opportunity to leave this guy leave this body as a false trail.
Except, right?
Except
timestamp on the fucking photo and the timestamp in the video proves he is in 2 places at once. Right? That was the whole point, because he ran around the fucking school on the night of the festival for bloody ages trying to find someone that remembered seeing him on the night that he fell through the roof, and they had a photo proving it, which was timestamped at the same time as the fucking murder, right?
No, it wasn't timestamped at the same time as the murder.
It was, though.
No, the murder happened. It was proving that he was far enough away from the murder to not have committed it. Right? But the thing is that he actually, the body he's in was there. The body he's in was there, and it was the only reason that the apprentice stopped trying to kill him was there was evidence that his body was far enough away to not have been the actual murderer.
But it's just bollocks.
So it's actually
fucking stupid.
So it's not a plot hole. It was a thing to try and get the apprentice off his back.
I swear it was also like it was the same time. I swear it was.
No.
Right? But even so that's it. Right? It doesn't make sense because he has to kill the person, then he has to go and invade the Zeppelin of the White King, and then he has to fall into the school all within like a few minutes. Like it doesn't work. It doesn't fucking make sense.
Why not? Why does it have to be in a few minutes? All he has to do is prove that he couldn't have been on the rooftop and at the school at the same time without some kind of weird thing. The fact that he was is basically a coincidence.
Right? Not only that,
he just wanted to prove that he himself hadn't been the murderer.
But why did the fucking Colorless King go to all that fucking effort to elaborately go, I murdered this person, when his whole power is to take... No, the Colorless King killed the red guy?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Right.
So
when
why
his
did he do
whole
that?
power is to,
to
take over. And this is take over and leave a dead person behind, right? No one knew what the White King's power was, right?
No, exactly. Yes, and that's exactly it. He was just going to throw the body out, and it would have died from falling from the Zeppelin, or died somewhere else. The body would be dead. The fact it's alive is the only reason the whole drama is happening. Yeah, the apprentice would have given up and would have gone looking for the next guy, or wherever the next guy was.
He could have just not killed that guy and then just still done his plan, and then no one knows who the fuck the white like it's fucking dumb. It's so fucking dumb.
It was if you notice, the Colorless King wasn't exactly sane. He killed the guy because he killed the guy. It was an opportunity. It wasn't actually. It's quite easily explained.
Just hearing about it, I kind of feel like I'm on Xeno's side on this one. I'd have to actually see it to know for sure, but I just...
Okay. So I feel like I'm on Xeno's side. I will give Thaylien. It's a brilliant world setting. It's a lovely characters, excellent powers. I did wish that they would explore more with the powers and things, or with the different societies. Yeah, I only found out there was a second series. I don't think I've seen the second series.
Yeah, you noticed it when we were looking up the stuff for it. Yeah.
Also, just gonna throw this out here. Worst fucking name for a show.
Yeah, we had to do K Project because just K. No.
Yeah, so like we
doesn't show up on a lot of things.
Well, no, it's not just that, but it's just like we were setting up the system and everything, and like we pressed K, and then it was just like Berserk.
Yeah.
Good luck, girl. What? And of course, it's because it's looking for the letter K in the name, and the letter K
is fairly universal on this anime.
Yeah. Don't fucking call something one sodding letter, or if you're gonna call it K, right? Have it phonetically spelled, right? So it's K-A-Y, right?
Or K-E-I in the case of Japan, I guess.
Yeah, but don't fucking just call it one goddamn letter, stupid motherfucking. that pisses me off more than anything. Trying to find the show is so hard.
So,
Oh, goodness.
What else about my list are you gonna query?
Yeah, let's go back to the list.
Nope, I accidentally switched them around. There we go.
Yeah, you switched them around.
So the only ones I really know are, I agree with you on Eden 7, and I basically agree, or Eureka 7, yeah.
On the please note, they're both fairly terrible.
I mean, I have a special place for Ava. I would probably do better than nothing for it, but I get it. I get it.
Okay, right. So just to check.
I think this one is probably the one I have the most issue with.
Right. No arguments. Just want to check here real quick. Out of Eureka 7 and Evangelion, which do you rate higher?
Oh, out of the two. Of the original series, not counting any movies, I would rate Eureka 7 higher in this case. So Ava is a more iconic thing. It holds a special place in my heart for being one of the first anime I actually watched, knowing what anime was. But I think the developments in Eureka 7 were a little bit more... they explored more the kind of the teenage angst and tropes than Ava did. And it certainly had a more understandable ending.
Right.
Okay.
Let's put
I gotta give you that.
The end of the series, even though it wasn't amazing, it made more sense than Ava.
Yeah.
Right. Azith, you wanted to whinge about Ghost in the Shell?
Oh, yeah. I don't understand why it's only a maybe. It's what's wrong with the standalone complex?
I've watched it about 60 million times.
So this is because you've overwatched it.
I've overwatched. I've hit my saturation limit. So I would put it as a maybe because I have things that are a little bit fresher in my mind that I'd rather watch.
So it's not that you wouldn't recommend. It's not that you would recommend it as a maybe to other people.
It's really.
Just a maybe for you.
Yes, this is my tier list. It's designed to be my tier list.
I'd still put it higher, but I get the overwatching thing. Yeah.
I'm in agreement with Nasuth here. I would really put this a lot higher. Like, either but I
also haven't watched it 60 million times.
I mean, I'd probably cause an argument in 2 seconds, but like, I would rate Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex as a must-watch. It is like, it's very much a cult classic.
It is definitely. I'll put it on. I only put it on maybe because out of the ones that I would, for preference, put on, it's just ones I've seen and ones I want to rewatch. It falls a little lower than the others because I haven't watched the others as much. And I knew you were going to query it. That's one of those ones in advance because it is.
It is such a class.
Show.
Yeah.
It explores the world a whole lot better than the movies did. It brings in a whole load more characters. And
okay,
Xeno,
just because it explored the world better doesn't mean the movie did it bad.
No. I'm not.
Okay, all right. I thought you were gonna go down that road.
I'm not either.
I do have a question though, because you actually put not only Ghosts in the Shell Xeno Complex in maybe, you also put High School DxD in maybe. Now let's put that back.
Sorry. What you wanted?
I already hit the button. Right. You also put High School DxD in maybe. So it's
maybe.
So why are they on the same level?
Well, completely different reasons. They're both in maybe, but for completely different reasons. For the same reason that you'd watch them for completely different reasons.
I don't even want to guess what the reason is.
I'm going to come out right out and say it. You don't have to guess. It's that sometime on a Saturday afternoon, I be horny. Okay, that's all it is. So
at least you're honest.
Maybe. Of course I'm honest. No, so I enjoyed the show. It is entertaining to watch for various reasons, and it's something that I might watch on a Saturday afternoon with a pizza because it's fun to watch for that.
You guys keep talking about this. I'm going to try. Is there a dub of it? I think I've probably asked this before.
I think there is, yes.
There is, but I take umbrage to the fact that they replaced the main character's voice actor in seasons 3 and 4.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
in the English dub. But yeah.
I watch the subtitle anyway.
Yeah.
Well, the subtitle is always better, but you know how it is. Yeah. Press for time, gotta have something to gotta watch it somehow.
Yeah, in the background when you in a second monitor.
Yeah.
How else are you gonna get ready to do a podcast about anime while watching JoJo?
Yeah.
You have to have a dub. I'm not saying that's what we did. It just may have been what happened.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that that's what Xeno's technically doing right now. We're not going to suggest that. That's a terrible thing that he would be doing.
I'm not watching JoJo right now.
No, of course not. We would never say that.
He's watching School DxD.
Shh. Don't tell him. Don't tell him that at all. No.
So, they're both in maybe for completely different reasons, as you see. So, we've still got a good 10 minutes. What do you think?
See, I've never watched Shampoo. I agree with you on Shield Hero.
I agree. Redline, I agree. Toradora, I don't. But I'm not going to argue that one. And Black Lagoon, I agree. So, like, this is fairly...
Wow, I've actually managed to get an agreeable tier list.
I mean, honestly, like, if it wasn't for the fact that you've killed yourself with Ghost in the Shell...
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's a perfectly reasonable thing. I've watched it too many times.
I do get your reason, yeah.
It's not like me with Predator. I can never watch Predator too many times. But I mean, do we want to use Thaylien's 10 minutes elsewhere? Does anyone want to get
do you want to go back and jump on any of mine or any of
compared to the other two with the more controversial tier lists.
Okay, so any picks on this? To be honest, I'm surprised no one has actually picked up on the fact that I put Hellsing Ultimate in the Do Not Watch.
Never watched it. Couldn't tell you if it's good or not. I've only seen the abridged version.
Yeah, that's the thing though. The abridged version is so good; it's completely eclipsed the
original. Yeah.
I was going to watch Hellsing. It would be abridged.
Yeah.
Completely
agree with that one. So
what are these other ones?
What I will put at is Shimoneta.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, that one I did not finish. I got as far as them unmasking the guy who wore all the underwear stitched all over himself.
Right.
And I thought, no, I think they kind of gone a little bit too... A little bit
on the kooky side.
Kooky dooks, yeah. That's a good word for it.
That's quite late on, but...
It is quite late on, but I didn't finish it because of him. They've got a solid thing in a world where these... in a world.
So,
anytime somebody says that, I can't help myself.
Yeah.
No, I really want to precursor this. This is not going to be for everyone. This is my this is a bit degenerate. I honestly, this one can catch me off. Like there are instances where the jokes are just like so funny. I do legitimately laugh out loud.
I did legitimately laugh early on, but it kind of gets overplayed in that respect.
I disagree. I think it's later on that it makes me laugh. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a little bit over the top with her.
No, but that's just kind of why I like it. It's because she thinks everything she is doing is true love, and it's just like
because she's pure-hearted.
What you're doing is just wrong in so many.
Pure degeneracy.
So do you want to explain what this show is?
Do we need to put spoilers on?
No. Not yet.
No. Yeah. So it's basically a Big Brother Overload kind of thing. They've got to the point where they actually wear collars that detect dirty subjects, and will report that back to the authorities, and people can get in trouble for referencing things that are
adult themed
before they're of age.
No, just period.
Period. Yeah, okay.
Just adult period.
Sorry. So our main character is here with the underpants on her face because she has found a way to block that system temporarily. So that she can say what she feels like for short periods of time and get away with it. But she feels that everybody should be free to do that all the time, and she wants the Big Brother collars off and dealt with. So she stages all kinds of protests or light terrorist actions.
She is considered a terrorist, and some of her terrorist actions are like spreading nudie pictures around.
Okay, all right.
She will do paper bombs of lewd literature into town centres and things.
And it's like the whole point. It's like one of the biggest things that she's fighting is the fact that it's just general ignorance, because in high schools, kids don't even know where babies come from.
Oh my goodness! Wow,
we're talking like 17-year-olds not knowing where babies come from.
Exactly where the problematic girl from earlier comes in. She doesn't know about any of this, and so what she thinks she's feeling is pure love. She thinks it's entirely wholesome, and that
it's
every
just
act
lust,
she's doing,
right?
Because it turns out to be just lust.
She is horny on main.
She is.
It does sound. I mean, even with the
he's horny on him.
Yeah.
Even with the fan service there, it does actually sound like an interesting plot. It does actually.
It is.
Well, to be honest, there isn't. I wouldn't say there's a huge amount of fan service in this.
Yeah.
No.
There's one specific scene. There is one specific scene was just like, oh my god, that just came out of nowhere.
Okay.
We know exactly where it came out of.
It does warrant the content warnings, but it's but it's honestly it's just so funny of like how dumb these kids are. It's just like I don't understand what I'm seeing right now, and like
it's not their fault.
It's the ultimate progression of what the Texas government is trying to do.
Yeah. Controversial.
Yeah, and quite a lot of other states.
True, but controversial.
Yes,
but it's brilliant how this character, this one on screen right now, she thinks that everything she is doing is like in honor of chastity, but like everything she's actually doing is just like, no, you're crossing way too many lines. You are 10 foot over the line. Please go back to the other side of the line.
Actual sexual harassment at many points.
It is so funny.
Yeah, and I just love the I love the simple reference, the fact that from the opposite sides of the coin, we have a Bane from Batman reference.
Yeah.
Nobody cared who I was before I put on the panties.
Yeah. But like again, I was like, I know I enjoy this. I know I found this fucking brilliant. I've been rewatching it to reaffirm that and to make sure it did deserve a spot in the list. And I got to like episode 5, and then I was
look at that face. That is the face of an absolute fanatic, who has an absolute liberated soul, who is enjoying every second of being alive right there.
Yeah. It's brilliant. So that is why, honestly, again, and it's a show that barely gets any
recognition.
Yeah,
I think the funniest parts, were times when she was under surveillance by the collar and had to work and had to find references to get around things.
Yes. Oh no! The funniest thing, right? I swear, love of God. So in the intro, they show like blowing up, what's called various different like nerd culture. So like figurines and things that are like erotic and stuff like this. But the funniest part of the intro is they blow up a swimming pool, right?
What?
It's not. They don't drain the swimming pool.
What?
They don't cover up the swimming pool. They blow it up.
What?
And it's just like you can't take the show seriously if they're blowing up a swimming pool.
Because a swimming pool contains it contains the ability to put on swimsuits.
Yeah.
okay.
That's the reasoning. That's the mentality behind it. But I just love the fact that they
suits.
but they just blow up a swimming pool. It's just fucking hilarious. So yeah, but it's it's just a show that doesn't get a great deal of recognition. I think it's hilarious, and that's why it's in my must watch.
Again, but I didn't finish it because of the lengths it went to. It did kind of get me a little bit on the creepy side.
You must have gotten really close to the end though.
Because I swear
it's
like episode 20 or something at that point, isn't it?
It's not that long. It's only like 12 episodes long.
Oh gosh, I must have got really close then. It is so yes, it's near the end of that series, but I still didn't come back for the end of it.
The criminal is like super just like no. You are why this law exists.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Cool. Right.
Yeah.
Anything else we want to talk about? Before?
I think we're pretty much out of time on the topic. We've done a good job. Keep it on track, I think, this week. Yeah, very good job.
I think this is something we actually executed surprisingly well. So, is it time to move on with the rest of the show, do you think?
Yeah, I think it is. Though I think my controls, have broken. So, cool.
Oh,
right.
no.
So, well, I mean, you got it. Right. Unless all of a sudden it swaps us back to the memes in a second. Right, okay.
And now it shows your nameplate.
Yes. Yeah. No, it didn't.
No, just Xeno's, just at random when he went to go to big screen mode. Suddenly, Xeno's nameplate appears in the middle of nowhere.
Blame Nasuth. Cool. Right. So support questions.
Shall I read them? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry, this is my job. I forgot. Right. Okay. Zrugel says, before I read out Zrugel's question, I just want to say thank you all for listening to our podcast so far. We really appreciate all the likes and comments everyone leaves on these episodes. And then he says, did you know there was a Stargate animated series? Yes. Stargate
I did not.
Infinite. I did. It was horrific.
I
swear it got half a season and was cancelled. It was like it was.
Was it just a web series, or did it actually air on TV?
It aired on TV, but they tried to make Stargate dumb for kids. They made the Stargate multicolored. Right?
No.
There were aliens.
No.
The rules of the Stargate, where you can only travel one way, was ignored. It was just like, it was so bright and colorful. Did you ever watch the Evolution cartoon?
Evolution?
Evolution the movie with David. What was his name from X-Files?
Oh,
David Duchovny?
Evolution.
Was it the comedy movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Comedy movie
Yes.
Shampooed it to death.
Yes, that was so good.
They made a cartoon series.
Did they? Was it any good? It probably wasn't any good.
No, it was the same. It was around the same time as Stargate Infinite, and it was So I was aware of it. No, it's not good. No. Stop motion claymation says, could you actually scroll it down for me?
Oh yeah, sorry.
The spring season is well underway with engaging shows like Spy.
Full reference.
Spy X.
I spelled it out. I put Spy ECKS family to see if you would actually read it.
Spy X Family, which is not the name of the show, and some great new characters to enjoy. If you could be a super spy able to change your appearance and mimic other people's voices the way Twilight does, who would be the first person you'd imitate, and for what devious purposes?
Suggestion. Could it be Loz? So you could enter his house and level up his intrinsics.
I still need to know his password. I was actually thinking like Boris Johnson and undo some of the damage and stuff.
Yeah.
Boris Johnson, but comb his hair.
Actually, no, Boris Johnson, but bold. He's just go to a public event where he actually gets his
no hair. Yes.
I would become Jeff Bezos and transfer a bunch of money to myself.
That is a better idea. Why did I not think of this?
To be Elon Musk and own Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's also bald, so you could get away with that.
Yep.
I think I would have to impersonate the Queen of England, just so I could go out and swear in public.
And pet the geese.
Fuck you and fuck off.
What, sorry, the geese?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, the swans. Swans, yes.
Right.
Keep forgetting the swans. They're the same thing.
Sorry, can I get the name again? Because we scrolled down.
Oh, yes.
Right. So Stop Motion Claymation also says, in an episode about tier lists for your mouse is in the way. For casually watching it has...
In an episode about casually watching, it has to now be asked.
Right. Out of the shows mentioned today, which would be the least comfortable to watch with your parents?
Do we have to pick from our own list or from other people's lists?
No, not SHIMONETA. Maybe SHIMONETA. I don't know. Hold on. I want to can we bring the lists back up? I just want to quickly, okay. So I'm good for the next list.
Right.
I'm good for the next list. Okay, I got my answer.
Okay.
Have you guys got your answer?
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna go with High School DxD.
See, I was gonna say that just because it's the only one I know of that's on the list that's really, really bad. I don't.
Well,
none of mine I would have a problem with really. Well, okay, maybe area because it's got like one nude scene. Yeah, I know.
I don't think it's an episode of
High School DxD that doesn't have a nude scene.
I'm not kidding. When I was taking the screenshots for the second and third seasons to add to the system, I was like, nope, booba. Nope, booba. Nope,
Alas.
Nope, booba. Nope, booba. Oh, here's a safe bit 3/4 of the way through the first episode.
Yeah. I think I'm actually going to be going what I know of my parents, which isn't much. I think the most awkward one to watch with them would actually be something like Ava, or possibly, let's see, Asterisk War. Because something like that. Not because it has so much fan service or anything, but because they would be sitting there going, what is this? How does this even make... Why would you even watch this? It would be awkward because it doesn't have the... I don't know. Maybe JoJo, because they just wouldn't get it. They wouldn't get the appeal, and it would be so awkward to try and make them sit through it and watch it.
So when I was younger and I bought Evangelion on DVD, before I'd watched the whole thing, I watched the first 5 episodes, and then I just bought the whole DVD box set and everything.
It's those first 5 episodes.
I was binge watching Evangelion because, back then I get a new anime series and I just binge watch it for a day. I got to the scene where Shinji was having an episode, and he was envisioning all the female cast sort of not wearing a whole lot, and of course that's when my mum walked into the living room.
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah. Okay, so then the last question we have is Animated at Last says, if you were to make a tier list of Kanpai Cast episodes, which one would be on top?
Okay. Rate your highest Kanpai Cast episode.
I saw this before, so I should have really thought about it, but I didn't. So I'm off the cuff. I would probably say, was it Hidden Gems that we did with DK?
I can't remember what we did with DK.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go back and look now.
I need to get the list. We got a list.
We have a list. We do have a list.
We have a guest. We have
a list.
We do have a list. He says trying to get it up. Fuck, I wish you'd asked me this beforehand. DK was Guilty Pleasures.
Guilty Pleasures. Yeah, that's basically the same thing. Yeah, that's the one I would pick.
Hidden Gems with 34th Gingerbread, I think.
That one's really good too. Can I pick two? I can pick two. It's my question. I can pick two. Yes. So I'd pick both of those.
I also really loved the animation one that we did with Blood, and I just enjoyed doing them all.
It's true. It really is hard to pick one.
They're all must watch. All must watch.
They're all must watch. But I think I would pick the Godzilla episode, if only because I introduced a Godzilla fan to the concept of one of the Godzilla in America.
Yeah, that was crazy.
One.
Cool. Well, that is it for the supporter questions. Let's move on to the comments. I was about to say comics. Right. Zrugel says, yes, I appreciate that you guys added the score. That you guys added the score for each show at the beginning of the segments. There we go.
So that was in reference to our
ratings at the beginning of each segment, rather than, so you didn't have to waste your time on a pass.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
Much appreciated. We do it for you guys.
Yep. And now it is time for the memes. And just to say that we have we release 3 memes a day on the Kanpai Cast Twitter. Yeah. So they're all heavily curated by, I want to say, the team of Kanpai Cast. Let's face it, it's just me.
Sadly, I don't have any control over the Twitter. That's So you won't have to be bombarded with my bad taste in dad jokes.
Oh damn.
We are saved. Right. So yeah, let's get on, and we could go straight into it. Into it.
You've been working in the background, I see.
I have.
Right.
Yeah.
Well. First meme. There's a lot of memes around Anya this week. So
I've only had your and Anya for about 40 minutes so far.
Yeah.
If anything happened to them, I would kill everybody in this room and then myself.
Yep.
So why are you getting so popular? Basically, I like peanuts, and I don't like carrots.
Yep. Yep. Legit.
Oh, this one's dark. Thinking a peanut would fix my parents' marriage.
Oh dear.
Or me thinking a peanut would fix my parents' marriage. She's so cute and earnest and like, peanut? Peanut makes everything better. Yeah.
I'm really glad that they actually wrote her like an actual 6-year-old. It's
well,
for all of the
4 or 5-year-old, but
she's she's actually a child in thinking.
Yeah.
Right.
Anya loves peanuts. What? And I don't like carrots, but I really like crispy bacon from the baconries. Anya, this is a bakery. They don't sell bacon here.
Yeah.
Classic meme format. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
This one again. Have a peanut. It should have been me, not him. Basically, give me the peanut, Anya. Give me the peanut.
Yep.
And then, oh god, yes. Okay, so we've got a couple that aren't Anya related.
Okay.
Hi, what's your order? I'll have a Big Mac with a Sprite and a Happy Meal, please. And then
2 Big Macs.
Raftalia says 2 Big Macs, no Happy Meal. Because she's like, I'm not a child anymore.
But she would like a Happy Meal.
Yeah, I mean, she is very happy, but yes.
Yep.
And then finally, a very wholesome one. Things we think are cool, and this is the reference to the group, the company that made Ice Age shutting down, and they made one last animation.
Yeah, Scrat gets the acorn.
Yep. If you haven't seen it, go look it up. Maybe we can try to get a link in the description.
Yeah,
Good.
Yeah. So ready? Your memes now?
Yeah, should be. All right, so my first one. One wish per customer. True love. And, guy gets his true. Someone wishes for Toru from
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Someone wishes for Zero 2 from Darling in the Franxx. Someone wishes for
All the waifus come out.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, my second one.
Oh no.
Oh honey, it's all right.
So we've got Weebs right now. We've got paying attention to Spy Family. Love is War season 3 is not doing so well, and Shikimori's not a cute.
Oh my goodness.
Long and gone. All right. Because it do be.
Sorry.
Oh dear.
So the third one is who would watch an anime just because of a meme?
I'd like to report this meme. I'm in it, and I don't like that.
No, honestly, that's the whole reason why. I think Loz and I started watching My Dress Up Darlings because of the sheer volume of memes.
Yeah.
Marin.
But it wasn't just one meme. I watched it because of several memes.
Yeah. Okay. The fourth one.
That's so adorable.
Poor Chubby.
Panicked android noises.
Yeah. Okay. My fifth one. Lloyd Papa, your ...
Oh no.
Yum.
Oh no.
Yeah. Sorry, that would have it. And then Easter, I was like, nope, that's wrong. Rising of the Cross Hero. Yep, that's right.
Oh, that took me a second. Oh my god.
Yeah.
My god. My god, you monster. That is beautiful.
It is.
I saw that. I was just I have to.
That is on par with Cyanide and Happiness's Zombie Jesus Day.
I chucked away a meme for this one.
Yeah. I think you made the right choice. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So that is it for the memes. Next week, with Loz's hopeful triumphant return, we'll be covering Spring 2022's 3-episode rule. So we will have a list of all the shows that we have watched, and we'll cover that. And Thaylien will actually be a special guest on for that episode because he's
been with us so far.
Instead of the host, I shall hopefully be a guest.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done so much for us. Actually, just covering for Loz's absence.
Oh, I could never cover for him. I'm just kind of desperately filling in space in the hopes that he will return.
Yeah.
Replace Oz, it just doesn't work.
So it's time to end the show. So I'm just going to thank you all for watching / listening. And now it's time to bottoms up and Kanpai!